What does it, cousins? I'm Jolyn GC and the place to be, co-creator and producer of the Come Up series. And this is Wealth Rituals, a show about the preparation, insight, mindset, goals, and the very real emotional ups and downs on this journey called wealth. I'm taking y'all back through my first year as an investor and spilling all of the financial tea. So today I want to talk to you about celebration. Y'all know that I've said several times that Harriet Tubman, aka Araminta Ross, is one of the ancestors that I deeply resonate with. She is everything to me. From her bravery to her ability to bring others to freedom and just be fearless. Harriet Tubman is my girl. And you know, Harriet Tubman had a gun. And so I had to have a gun, but I'm not trying to shoot people. Harriet Tubman had a gun because she really wanted to make sure that those that were coming on the journey were about that life and that they would not go back out of fear and endanger the lives of others that were seeking freedom. So the reason why I have a gun is a little different. So let me back it up a bit. So it all started when I was at this POC burlesque show. And this was the best show that I've ever been to in my life. I was with one of my really good friends, and this was the first time attending a burlesque show. It was just so much fun. Like, we had there was so much energy, so much like body positivity. Like, everyone was just feeling themselves, and it was just amazing. And I felt powerful. I was there and seeing, you know, those on stage, they looked powerful, and it was just a really good time. Got to thinking, like, as I was, you know, shelling out singles, you know, spraying it all over the place, making it rain, I was like, wait a minute, I really do need a gun, because I could not get the money out of my hand fast enough. And I remember telling my friend, like, oh, I need to get a money gun. And then as I was thinking, I was like, well, wait a minute, I need to get in the habit of celebrating myself first. I need to make it rain on me first. And I know this is weird. I went from Harriet Tubman to talking about a burlesque show, but like, this is really what happened. And as I started thinking about what celebration meant, I knew that it would have to involve a money gun. It just would have to, especially on this journey building wealth. But this time, this money gun really was about reaching these milestones. There's something about celebrating. It's the vibration of it. I want to say that celebration is probably a spiritual law. And I say that because when we celebrate, it just elevates the room. No matter what's going on, you see someone else celebrating, you want to celebrate too. Like, you'll ask questions later, like, oh my gosh, this is so much fun. And then you're like, wait a minute, what are we celebrating? And then you're like, oh, let's celebrate. Let's keep celebrating. And oftentimes, I don't know about you, but there was a point in time where it was hard to celebrate myself with just various accomplishments, things like that. It almost felt like, I guess, depending on who you're around, it might feel like you were bragging. And so if you're around other people that were, that had, I guess, something to celebrate, then it wasn't as bad. You know, it's just like, oh yeah, let's celebrate. Having the audacity to celebrate roots us in a deeper story that transcends our present moment. Celebrating is really about having gratitude and hope in the present time, but for the future. So I remember the first time that this gun bust. You guys know what I like to say. When money things I go on, you know, I got to bust my gun, right? So I would say that a lot because I was hitting a lot of milestones and they were all money gun worthy. But one of my first memories of celebrating in this way when it came to wealth was when I hit my first 6 figures. I will never forget that. The market closed, and you know, exactly at 1:15 p.m. on the dot, I send Mark a text and I let him know. I send him a text and I show him a screenshot of my portfolio. And you would have thought that my account said $80 jillion. It did not. It was 6 figures. It didn't say $80 jillion. I was screaming, Mark was screaming, he was showing Erica like the screenshot. We were all just super excited. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is the time to bust this gun. I busted the gun. And I remember hitting goals. I remember just feeling so proud and just so elated, like, oh my gosh, finally. Because that was in my mind, that was a mental block, you know, going from my original amount that I started off with, $9,483.20, and in a very short time growing that to 6 figures. That was something to celebrate, because it was something that I never dreamed that would happen until I started thinking bigger. You notice that there was like the dream, but then there was thinking. And we always talk about like, let the new math think for you. At least that's what I say. And because there's no, really, you don't have to dream about it. And we talked about this, the money part is inevitable. But that celebration part, when you hit those milestones, like it does something to your cells. Like it etches a permanent memory. Like this is how you roll. Like you will celebrate. There will be more celebrations to come. So get ready to cultivate a practice of celebration. And what's really cool is when you can identify those ahead of time that will celebrate with you. And Mark is definitely one of those people. So is my husband. So is my accountability partner, my mom, my brother, my sister, and a whole host of other friends. And it's really a blessing to be able to celebrate with that many people. Celebration is a wealth ritual. And the reason why is for some of the things I've already shared with you. But it goes beyond just your own personal celebration. Now, this money gun, I haven't busted this money gun in a while. And the reason why is because I hit my goals and then I made stretch goals. And I busted the gun for those stretch goals. But now I have my sights on a bigger goal. And I've talked about this before, I'm sure. If you talk to me via Instagram, you know what this goal is. I've talked about it. It's rooted in my purpose. And part of that purpose is to help to build other tremendous builders of wealth. And so I imagine the next time that I bust this gun, number one, there will be Harriet Tubman bills in here. Whenever Congress gets their life together and makes it happen, where Harriet Tubman is on the $20 bill. Now, granted, I usually put hundreds in this, but when Harriet Tubman is on that $20 bill and I can go to the bank, pull them out, put the cash in this gun, I will be celebrating the fact not only did I make a goal or hit a stretch goal, but an even bigger goal took place. And that goal was that you, the come up cousins, walked away as well. Because you get to a point, like as you cultivate this practice of celebration, you get to a point where when your celebration actually becomes the celebration of others. When I celebrate, it's not bragging. This is not a braggadocious thing. Like that's not even my style. But it's like showing others that it's okay to celebrate yourself. It is okay. Like when you're putting in that work, when you are putting in the research hours and you are, going on 80 jillion sites to look up a company or to see what the next thing is or to, catch up on the news or what have you. All of that work deserves to be celebrated. You have to celebrate. Like if you don't celebrate, I don't know what happens if you don't celebrate, because I like to stay in the spirit of celebration. That's why I'm always laughing. Like there's always something funny. There's always something to celebrate on this journey. But the next time I bust this gun, I want to celebrate each and every one of you for walking over. So you may see the gun in a video, you may see it in the background, And just know, every time you see this, it is waiting for you to put those research hours in, to learn those charts, to get your 70-30 down, to start your rolling fours, to implement that roaring 20s, and the rest of the math that will come later. But that's what this gun is for. This gun is for you, because celebrating you making it over will feel 10 times better. And I like to think about, like, what did Harriet Tubman do? Like, how did she celebrate? I don't even know if she had time to celebrate, because maybe the celebration was really just making it through. And I like to think that if Harriet was here, she would be right next to us, celebrating too, celebrating each and every one of our collective journey into this road to freedom. Like, just think about that. Think about how many generations Harriet Tubman, like, through those that she was able to get to freedom. Think about all those generations after her and the generations from those who made it to freedom. When I think about that, it gets me so lit, because I start to think about, oh my gosh, like, this is what it's gonna be like when we all walk away. And I just can't wait to bust this gun. This is Jolyn GC and the place to be, and this is Wealth Rituals. Y'all, you know this is prop money, okay? So this is actual prop money, because hello, all my money is in Nvidia and it's in Tesla, okay? So there is no real cash in this. And again, like, I'm looking forward to putting those real Harriet Tubman bills in there.